What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Freakeasy Gaming. Today I'm going to be showing you the best SHEIVA class setup. Now I personally use this class setup for all my gameplays. Almost. I use them in my GBs and my CWL matches off of MLG.com, and I also use them in public matches almost daily. Alright guys, moving straight into the guide. Obviously you are going to want to have the SHEIVA selected when you go to create a class. Now the attachments you are going to want to have on your gun are going to be the reflex sight. Yes, the reflex sight, I find it is much more accurate than the ELO sight in my opinion. So pop a reflex sight on there and make sure it is a red dot because it'll be really accurate. And in my opinion, the red dot sight once again is better than the ELO sight. The ELO sight tends to drift when you jump a little bit, and the red dot sight does not tend to drift. You tend to be able to keep it on target at all times, so I suggest putting the reflex sight on here. Now the second attachment you are going to want to have on your SHEIVA is to put quick draw on here. You are going to want to have quick draw on here because you could hit people from far away very quickly, and especially when people are jumping through the air trying to get away from you, you are going to want to hit them as hard and as fast as possible. So put a quick draw on here. The reason why quick draw is also good on the SHEIVA because the SHEIVA is very good at medium and close range. As long as you could aim the weapon, and as long as you could aim the weapon with the SHEIVA and you hit the person once, hitting them a second time is super easy, and after that they're already dead because the SHEIVA is a two-shot weapon from almost any distance. Now the third attachment you're going to want to have on your SHEIVA is a stock. Now the reason why it's so important is because if you are in a close range encounter and you're actually aiming, you could aim the SHEIVA a lot faster and keep it on target because a lot of enemies in these new Call of Duties tend to jump around from place to place, and you're going to want to have a stock on there so you could hit them as they're jumping through the air, so you can keep your gun on target if they try to jump over you. The stock is very important, and it just makes a world of difference, especially when you're aiming down the sights of a gun like the SHEIVA. Now guys, you are not going to want to have a secondary weapon on this SHEIVA class, or at least I do not, and if you do, I suggest you put the L-CAR on. Put the L-CAR on if you do want a secondary weapon on the SHEIVA class. However, when I use the SHEIVA class, I tend to only have a flashbang on it. The reason being is because the SHEIVA is not a very long-ranged weapon, and when you're going into rooms and stuff running after enemies, it is very easy for them to turn around and kill you as you run after them. However, if you have a stun or a flashbang, it's very easy to just throw the stun and flashbang either at the enemy that's about to kill you or an enemy that has ran behind cover or ran into a room. It's very easy to throw the flashbang at them and just rush them and get the kill with the SHEIVA. Now, finally going to perks. The perks you guys are going to want to have on your SHEIVA class are overclock. Now, overclock is very important. Now, the reason why overclock is so important for the SHEIVA class is because you will gain your specialist really quickly, and obviously the faster you get your specialist ability, the faster you will be able to use those specialist weapons, and those specialist abilities, they tend to let you get a lot of kills on the enemy very quickly in a short period of time. So overclock is very important to earn your specialist really quickly. Fast hands is the second perk you guys are going to want to have on the SHEIVA class. The reason why you're going to want to have fast hands is because the SHEIVA once again is a very long range weapon, and you are going to want to bring that weapon up really quickly. Now fast hands, as you can tell by the description of it, it says it is to swap weapons faster and aim faster after sprinting. Now the swap weapons faster, and since I do not have a secondary, that's not really important to me. The most important thing to me is aiming faster after sprinting, because when you run around with the SHEIVA and an enemy pops up in front of you and you guys accidentally bump into each other at those moments, when you guys go the same way as each other and you bump into each other and you are in those intense firefights, fast hands will allow you to aim faster than the enemy and allow you to hit them first. And in Call of Duty, when you usually hit an enemy first, odds are you are going to win that firefight, and that split second that fast hands gives you the advantage is the advantage you are going to want for all firefights with the SHEIVA. Now, moving on to the next perks you guys are going to want to have for the SHEIVA, dead silence, so you could move silently. And it's really easy to tell where enemies are coming from, especially if you don't have dead silence on. You're going to be a dead giveaway, so have dead silence on. Dead silence will also allow you to sneak up on enemies and run around without enemies actually being able to hear you too. Now the final thing you are going to want to have on is another perk, the perk Blast Suppressor. Now Blast Suppressor is very important because you will pop up on their minimap if you wall run, if you jump, if you slide, if you do anything with the thrusters. You will be seen on the minimap if you do not have Blast Suppressor on. Anyways guys, I hope you did enjoy this SHEIVA guide. If you did, remember to drop that like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does help the channel grow. Anyways, it's been your boy Freaky Gaming. I love each and every single one of you. I will see you guys right back here tomorrow. And remember, stay freaky. What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Freaky Gaming. Welcome back to another honest review. In today's honest review video, we are going to be reviewing the Fallout 4 DLC, Automatron. Now for those of you that do not know, Fallout 4's first DLC, Automatron, is now out. Now if you have never been